welcome to another episode of Asexualize My Asexual Life. This is a place to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual. I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that great big subscribe button right here, right now. Please, every time I go live like now or post a new video. So welcome to Asexual Perspectives Awareness Month, and today we're discussing asexual views on porn. So, this is Robin's story on page 45 of Asexual Perspectives book. You can use porn as sources of sexual relief, whether you are seeing it on your own or with your sexual partner. You should leave it at that and not bring them into real life by practicing non-consensual things like rape. You should also not go and talk to irrelevant people about the porn you enjoy. I mean, you never know if there is a sex-repulsed asexual near you, and you don't want to make them feel uncomfortable. Personally, I only feel comfortable talking about sex or showing my sexuality with my partner. Otherwise, I feel really uncomfortable when people bring porn and sex up randomly. I don't know if people are familiar with Yaoi, Y-A-O-I, but it's gay porn. It's often not a real representation of gay people. And the way it's talked about, and this is usually by straight girls too, just shows how fetishizing they are of gay guys. Gay people, sorry. I'd appreciate it if people kept that sort of fetishizing porn away from me. So yeah, I mean, if you know, that's the thing. If we're out in public, we sort of have to be mindful of other people. Having said that, there's loads of sexuals that talk about sex. So there's no reason why asexuals can't be loud and proud and talk in publicly about not liking sex. So, yes. Cassidys Story, page 62 of Asexual Perspectives book. So, sometimes I watch porn to make fun of the bad acting. I think it's funny and don't see how anyone could possibly find it sexy, but I feel that way about most things. Yeah, so a lot of asexuals, they can't understand the appeal with sexy things, with like sexy lingerie, with sexy films, with sex, with makeup and to look sexy and all this lot, because it's like, do you know what I mean? It's like we don't have to impress people to have sex with us because we don't want sex in the first place usually. That doesn't mean to say that some of us don't want to look good for ourselves. But, I do find, I'm just not into porn. If you want to know my personal opinion, I hate porn. I hate the idea of it. I hate the thought of it. I don't want it anywhere near me. I'm not interested in it at all. And I really want to find an asexual partner like me who doesn't like porn at all, and preferably nudity repulsed, or at least not wanting to look at other women naked. Would be ideal. Preferably nudity repulsed, or at least not wanting to look at other women naked. Would be ideal. So yes. Porn. For D's story, page 119. So basically, porn, sometimes watching it for intrigue purposes, don't get aroused by it. So yeah, so some asexuals, they are actually still curious about what genitalia looks like, despite not wanting sex themselves. Because obviously for some asexuals who are virgins and who are not really into sex at all, they might one day just get curious as to what do those parts look like, because I don't actually know. And when everyone's talking about them, what's the big deal, So, Sappho's story, page 146. What's Sappho's view on porn? So, I find porn pretty boring, but it's the only way I can get aroused, so I suppose it's good for something. So some asexuals are saying they look at it because they're curious, but it doesn't arouse them, whereas the other asexual is saying that, that's the only thing they can do to get aroused. And it's quite common for asexuals to use porn as a way of arousing themselves so they can masturbate. And yeah, basically, because otherwise they feel they can't get aroused enough to masturbate and they want to release that arousal. So yes, so Zoe's story, page 161 of Asexual Perspectives. I wish porn didn't exist because it is extremely hurtful to women. No matter what people may delude themselves into thinking, the majority of women in the porn industry don't enjoy what they do. Many have physical/emotional abuse in their past and or problems with alcohol or drugs. Porn wounds the soul. Same goes for BDSM and kinks. So yeah, I think the porn industry is glorified and sexified, if you like, made sexy. And really, there are a lot of people that are getting hurt still and trafficking and all that lot, Human trafficking, it's horrible. So Molly, page 202. I've watched porn and found it weird that people would do sexual things and actually enjoy it. Again, because asexuals are so different and the way we're wired in our brain, it makes it hard for us to relate to those who actually enjoy stuff like that, because it's like, I just don't get it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can really relate to that. Right. So David's story, page 253. I have no use for or interest in porn. I have seen some out of curiosity. And to confirm that yes, it isn't for me. Thanks. So yeah, some people feel the need to do something just to know that they're not interested in it. But that doesn't necessarily ring true for everyone. Some asexuals never have sex, never want it, and don't need it to know they don't like it, right? So yes, porn, Callie's story, page 278. Porn is very much something I just don't care about at all. I tried watching it a handful of times when I was trying to convince myself that I wasn't ace, but I just found it boring. Everything I know about it tells me it's a problematic industry that could use reforming, but that's about as much as I know. And yeah, I've heard of other asexuals try to convince themselves they're not asexual as well, because they're kind of like uncomfortable with the idea of them being so different to other people. But I just say live it and love it, I love being asexual, I really do. I really get a kick out of being me. Isadora. So, political views aside, I don't generally have a problem with porn. Often, when I do see porn, the only thing I end up thinking about is whether people in it actually want to be doing what they're doing and if they're being paid fairly for it. I think that's a fair comment, Do they really enjoy it, or is it just like pushed into it, or have to do it to get money? Anne's story, we'll leave with Anne. As for porn, it seems to be an effective stimulant for some, and if people don't abuse or become addicted, I'm pretty indifferent. So yeah, some asexuals can be indifferent to sex, they can be indifferent to a lot of things, and different really means they don't care one way or the other, So anyway, there you go. Different asexual perspectives on porn. Hope you've enjoyed this episode, this live stream. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. If you're watching it on replay, don't forget to leave a comment. Don't forget to share, subscribe to this channel, hit the bell icon so you get notified of every time I go live like now or post a new video. I'll see you soon on the next video. Take care. Lots of love. Happy Asexual Perspectives Awareness Month. Bye-bye. Bye.